Welcome to Wednesday Night Warfare, everybody. The game tonight is Napoleon's Last Battles. It's one of my favorites. We're doing Quatre because I love Quatre. We have with us, we've got Mike and we've got Vance. So let's talk about Napoleon's Last Battles. Vance, I've dragged you in here to play the French. You do realize that, right?
Oh, I'm playing the French? Okay.
Yes, you are the French. And they're the blue fellas,
different.
as you might well imagine. So let's talk a little bit about the map. Because we're at the brigade level, because that's where we're starting the game. This is actually, even though we were at brigade level with Blucher last Saturday, this is a zoomed out map. This is, part of it is because it's part of the campaign, but it's also just generally because it's easier to do, I think, and easier to manage. This is pulled back a bit. And so some of the pieces of the map that we saw at Quatre for Blucher are really zoomed in. I mean, here you can see Jean-Léon. There it is, right there. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And there's Quatre itself. So in some ways, the map that we saw at the Blucher game was pretty much this space that I'm defining with my rectangle right here. It's about there. And everything else is a bonus. So because we're playing it on this sort of obviously a hex encounter, we're getting a little bit more of the map drawn in. Now, as is often the case here, I'm going to be very curious to see what you gentlemen actually use. You know, how much of this map actually winds up getting used. And now more of it would get used in the campaign game. I stipulate to that. But as we're talking about Quatre particularly, I'm very interested to see how much of it gets thrown into battle, for want of a better phrase. Let's talk about the rules. I doubt it'll need much introduction, and Vance and I have made this joke a million times. We'll never stop making it. Here we go to those 1970 rules that are filled with complexity. There are a grand total of 8 pages. And by the way, this is a Kevin Zucker system. This is sort of the game system that, as far as I can tell, kind of made him his name. And in some ways, Napoleon's Last Battles, well, not in some ways, its genetics run straight through to his OSG system, which is now, into how many dozens of, feels like volumes of different campaigns, just more elaborate. It's just elaborated. So, I think we could pretty much ignore the entire first page, because I think everybody knows what goes on here. So that's all done. And then 2, we've got, as is very common at this time in game development, we've got a combat strength and a movement strength. And there's a reduced strength on the back side. All right. Now, that's typically used for initial deployments in the campaign game. So we probably won't be using much of that. This talks about game scale. We talk about the setup, which is already done for us by Mad Mark. Everybody who is into gaming generally, and SPI gaming particularly, owes Mad Mark a thank you. We are broken down into player turns. We'll talk about who goes first. The French player moves and fights. The Prussian or Anglo-Allied in this case, moves and fights. That is page 2. Page 3, movement. It is always, again, you talk about people who write rules for with intent. Check out case 5.1. Please note that the points expended by a unit during a single move may not exceed its movement point allowance. That means somebody tried to do that. You know they did. We do have movement points, and moving adjacent road to adjacent road is half a point. Trail hex. I don't think we have any trails, do we?
Yeah, all the dash lines are
colors. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So they are standard, and they just cancel out one movement point. They just cancel out the surrounding terrain. You can cross rivers only at bridges. There is no additional cost but you may cross streams for 2 additional points. Stacking. A maximum of 2 friendly units may be stacked. 2. You may pass through friendlies. Units have Zoc, and this is a locking Zoc. So if you enter an enemy Zoc, you have to stop. There's no extra points. And the only 2 ways of getting out: retreat or advance as a result of combat. Combat is a matter of ratios. By the way, that's all of page 3. And it's everybody must be attacked that you're adjacent to, so everybody's got to attack everybody. Nobody attacks more than once. Somebody tried that once upon a time. All units in a given hex must attack or defend as a single strength. The strength of all units is totaled. A single attack may involve any number of attacking or defending, but it's a single strength again, so you can't split up a hex. All attacking units must be adjacent. I can't imagine what that is. The defender may not withhold a unit in a hex under attack. The attacker must attack all the units in a stack together. Different units in a given hex may not be attacked separately. A unit may make attacks at low odds in order that adjacent attacks against other defenders may be made at higher odds. These are diversionary, holding, or soak-off attacks. Although that's not a strict soak-off, I understand. Owning players decide retreats. You may not retreat through Zoc. When you make someone vacate a hex, one victorious unit, one unit, may advance into the vacated hex. After advancing, units may neither attack nor be attacked that phase. We may displace. And I think we understand combat results. Artillery fires with a 2-hex range. You may fire over other units. Probably one of the biggest things we've tended to miss. You may not adversely affect a cannon when it is bombarding. It may be adversely affected if it is adjacent. It tells us right here that the only blocking hex sides are... Where did they go? I just saw them. There it is. Forest, chateau, town, and crest. We do have reinforcements. There are chateaux on this map, which I suppose you all could get yourselves into. And it's so, therefore, it bears mention to read that if you are in a chateau, you are not required to attack adjacent enemy units. But if you do attack, all adjacent enemy units must be attacked. So you can stay in your chateau, but if you attack, you got to attack everybody next to you. No stacking in a chateau. All attacks on infantry in a chateau are resolved on a 4-1. Oh, if made it 4-1 or greater. You can't get any better than 4-1. And you may not... It's interesting. It's one of the interesting rules, and I've never read why that would be so, but you may not bombard a chateau. So I know they bombarded the living heck out of a couple of chateaus during the campaign, but there it is. And we will check our demoralization levels, because we know those are bad. Combined arms attack. A combined arms attack is an attack against a single hex in which at least one infantry, cavalry, and artillery, all three, is participating. It gives you a right shift. If the French army demoralizes, or if the Anglo-Allied or Prussian army is disintegrated in any folio game, the opposing player wins an outright victory. That's all our basic rules. Let's talk about Quatre. We already know the story. French demoralization until 1500 is 10. Then it becomes 25. The British demoralize at 25 and disintegrate, I love that, at 40. They vanish into a fine red mist. Each player is awarded 1 victory point for every combat strength eliminated. Each player is awarded 1 victory point at the end of each game turn his units occupy. Quatre. So the British get a point.
Every turn he sits there.
Yeah, he sits there, yeah. And you get 5 for whoever occupies it. The Anglo-Allies control the Netherlands, Brunswicker, Hanoverians, Nassauers, and British. The units are always friendly to each other and always enemy to the French. Hey. And then it cautions us about using those men of D'Erlon's Corps. So once again, and I don't know if I had a chance to mention this online, this is D'Erlon's Corps. We are not using it. I'm just parking it down there. If anybody wanders down there, I'll delete it. But now we're going to creep over here to the side of the map, and we're going to see, begin folio and campaign, Anglo-Allied reinforcements, folio only. And these, of course, are the French. This is D'Erlon's Corps, which you're not getting, sorry.
Oh.
But these are the guys that are going to creep on. We even see the hex that they will creep on in, so let's take a look at that. I believe that shows is 1607. No, 1601, sorry.
1. Yep.
Q 1601, so let's have a look. I'm assuming that's a road hex, you would hope. Quatre Bras. Yeah, it makes sense. They're coming on that Brussels road, so they're going to come marching in during the first British phase. And let's also take a note that we start at 1400 and we only go till 2100. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns. And nobody fights in the 8th turn anyway, so. And there's some other allies. All right. Any comments, questions, or opinions?
So if I bring my reinforcements on, are we going to have enough time to actually reach the battle this time?
You know, that is such a hurtful question.
What? The last game we played there in Blucher, we were bringing reinforcements on that could never engage in battle.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
Somebody measure the
you
table.
thought I was talking about a couple of times ago.
Measure the table.
What is a Velker appearance? People are willing to pay for a Velker appearance out in chat. Where
Willing to pay?
Yeah, how much is a Velker appearance?
Yeah, how is it?
This is like $1, you think?
No, it's gotta be more than that. It's gotta be at least
I bought that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
I think your manager's online negotiating.
Yeah, I
right
think
now.
Mother is online negotiating on your behalf. So
What'd he say?
Any of this.
He didn't agree to any of this. Yeah, this is all measured in hexes, so I think we're going to be good. All right, so we see where you hosers have set yourselves up, and now I'm cheering, and I'm sure Dalinor, who is I think still in school, so would say Vive la France. We're at turn 1, and well, Vance, you know the drill.
Yeah. So.
And Quatre Bras, of course, is right up there.
Yeah, let's beat up some Anglos.
The comment is made, well, we can't be bombarding chateaus. We're not animals.
Exactly.
That's what you guys get for having
1, 2, 3, 4.
You know the funny thing, Mike? That's not that different from what Ron actually did. You got kicked again?
Yeah, both of us did this time.
Yeah, session failed with both you guys. So let me very quickly save Vance's good work here. Well, all right. Anybody know any show tunes? I suppose it's one of the consequences of trying to do all this stuff in a virtual world, but... Hey, there we go.
Hey!
Tuna, it is not Steam Voice's fault. You stop that. No, I was going to point out to him. So how you're okay with the fact that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl for the Buccaneers? Just asking.
So he started back here.
Wait,
this is all I get to fight with, right?
That's it. This is the thing about Quatre Bras. It's if you don't include Darlon's corps, it's an itty bitty. You don't have the biggest army, and he's coming with a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
All right, call your combats.
I know the symbol. I know the symbols.
I'm just checking.
So we got this lovely cannon.
Yeah.
This infantry and horse should give me a combined arm against Weimar here.
It's 15.
That's 15. That's 3 to 1.
But a shift because of combined arms.
Yep.
So 4 to 1.
So I'm 4 to 1.
That's 4 to 1. 1d6, please. And obviously everything in this system it is better. But 4 to 1 has the dreaded Zucker exchange. That's a 6.
Yeah. Ooh.
Defender retreats. OJ, 1 hex back. And Vance, you may advance one of those units into that hex.
You really retreated to there.
Yeah.
All right.
Man must have had a plan. You got another combat.
Yeah, I got stacks of stuff over here. There's 11 there. And 9 there is 20.
Ooh, that's
so
5
5 to 1 on that guy.
That's affirmative. There's 2 exchanges on this one. 5 and 6.
How come it gets worse?
It's because you pick up more eliminations. 1 and 2 is an outright elimination.
3.
Defender retreats. That's it.
That would be that.
That would indeed be that. All right. Well, that takes us to the allied half of turn 1. Mike, you're up. You get these fellas, and you can march on all these guys. Those are weaker units. There's your Hanoverians. It's your Landwehr and stuff like that. And they're coming from Heckenglan up here.
And they all come on in the same place?
They all come out.
Yep.
They, unlike in Blucher, are marching right on this road. And I got to get rid of the Duke of Orange. Sorry, I know you're going to miss him. Nobody misses the Duke of Orange.
Left him in place.
I really didn't. I just missed him. He's a yutz. They built that lion mound for him. Eek.
Hide behind the ridge, you chicken.
They're hussars.
Curly Anglos.
They're hussars.
Curly Anglos.
They're waving their curved sabers at you. What about this dude back here? Is he from? He's from a whole nother battle.
Nope.
Got it.
Different.
That's Picton. He don't come on anyway.
So he can't move, right?
No, he can't move. He's stuck.
Oh, he can't move.
Yeah, he's got to fight.
Okay.
This one here, 1-1.
Oh.
You don't get to roll
Yeah,
7. You don't get to roll 7.
No, it was evolved to 3, and I didn't realize
Sure.
it until I rolled.
That's an attacker retreat, so you get your wish. You get to leave. You cannot go that way, so you got to go this way.
Yep.
No across the lake. All right, over here.
All right.
Now, that is not the ridge, so it doesn't...
Right.
So that's 1 there, plus 4. Just 1 plus 4. 5 total, I think. That's what I'm seeing.
Yep.
5 to 6, so that's a 1 to 2.
3.
That's attacker retreats. All right.
Almost like that's what he wanted.
It's almost like he wanted to be pushed. Those Nassers wanted to be pushed in the woods. And there it is. That's kind of cool. One of the things we talked about at some length after the Blucher game was the possibility of the Nassers parking in Gemancourt to deny the French an easy pass through this line. That's kind of fun. Well, I'm going to just ceremonially, even though I think we can all keep it straight in our heads, move this along. It's now 1,500 hours. Yeah. And Vance, it's your play. Mike, I regret to inform you, you have hussars.
Okay, that's that.
I finally started watching your Waterloo movie. Watching A switch sides 3 times already.
Well, but here's the thing, and this is, it would have been so much better had he died in combat, honestly. Because
Nice.
Well, no, because you know how he dies, right? The Bourbons arrest him after Napoleon abdicates for the second time. They put him on trial and they shoot him in an alley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a famous
Nice.
there's a famous painting of him being just left in the street.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, here's this guy, you know, like so many of the other marshals, they, whatever you think of their relative abilities, they went from Spain to Russia in the course of all this time. Had insane adventures. And then he winds up getting left essentially in a ditch. All right, so we got some combatses. What do you want to do, Vance?
I would like.
So that's 4.
I actually and a shift.
Yep, 9, 15, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Because of the shift. Agreed. Roll it. That's the exchange. You must kill this
The
guy.
dreaded exchange.
Next.
And then we have 12
Yep.
on 2.
There's a bunch of guys that really don't want to be there right now. We know that's 6 to 1.
4.
Defender retreats.
Correct. So it's 11 to whatever's in this stack.
So that's 11 to 5. That's a 2 to 1.
Three.
Defender retreats.
I don't believe he can.
This is the famous Zoc kill you must avoid.
Jim, yeah, I'd like to draw your attention to 15, 14.
Uh-oh, there it is.
We have a
There it is.
map
There's another
problem.
one. There's another one there. Oh, this guy. Whoever met Mark, we're worried, man. Please. You know, I love Napoleonics as much as anybody breathing, okay? But
We'll just call that a pencil mark.
No, I'm saying that's an eyelash. That's an eyelash. That is an eyelash.
That's a really long eyelash.
Shut up.
That's a really long eyelash.
Shut up. That is an eyelash. I'm going to have to insist.
Allies' turn.
The allies' turn. Yes, it is. The allies' half of 2, please. So it's 1 to 2.
1.
1 to 2 on a 1. That's defender retreats. So it's 1 to 1 here.
3.
That's defender retreats. 1 to 5.
4.
Attacker eliminated. That does give OJ another victory point because he is sitting clearly on Quatre.
Yep.
Until 1500. The French demoralize at 10. So you're fine, Vance. You have a scant 5. And the British overall don't demoralize till 25. 1600 hours, Vance, French turn. Oh, David, you're going to have to see yourself out on that one. So he was asked the question, will no one speak for the horses? And David Pumphouse replied, nay.
Oh,
You may show yourself
really?
out. Yeah. Good day to you, sir.
2 for that. That's all I can move.
Ha, jeez. Oh, is that all, he says.
Is that all?
Good lord, man.
Cavalry against this artillery.
Is that 2 to 1?
Looks like it.
Yep.
2 to 1.
4.
That is defender retreats, and I don't think he can.
2 to 1. 1.
That is another kill.
12, 17 to whatever this stack is.
17 to 7, 2 to 1.
Ooh, 5.
Attacker retreats.
$18 to
9.
9.
2 to 1.
2 to 1. The 3.
I'll kill him. right, so this is a total of 7, 8, 12, 16, 20. Ooh, 25.
Yep.
That is the British demoralization number. All right, let's finish out this turn. Go ahead.
So I've got 5 to 3 on this guy. So 1 to 1. 3.
That's kill. That is the top half of the 1600-hour turn. Mike, it's your turn, and you do have some new guys. Well, as an efficiency matter, you don't have as many guys. How's that?
Yep.
7 to 17, 1 to 3. So it's not that bad. It's not imperfectly horrible. Attack retreats, which is a kill. 2 to 1.
Yep. 2 to 1.
6.
That's attacker retreats.
One to 2.
Attacker retreats.
Well,
Get a point.
You get a point. I can put you on the field. To the 1700 hour, where Mike gets 2 of his best units in the game. Here's your, here's Maitland and Bing. The British Guards arrive, but not before Vance goes.
We have 11 on 2.
5 to 1. Defender retreats. 4 to 1. Oh, roll that 6. That's what you want.
Get away from me. 4.
Defender retreat, which you can't. So the question is, having seen that happen, you guys want to flip it and play the other way?
Sure.
Oh, don't matter.
Hi, kids. Welcome back. It's a reset table. Dig it. Mike, you're at the bat. I think you know all the rules. Hit it. He saw what you did.
Hey now.
Yeah, that was a good
Sucks
idea.
being on the other end of it. Isn't it?
Reg, you know, if you doubled the size of the board, it would go slower.
I think there's twice as many hexes though as there should be.
Yeah, you guys are my favorites.
I got everybody moved.
Let's do some fights. Usually 4 to 1, now 5 to 1. I believe that's almost exactly the same odds, man.
Three.
That is defender retreats. Five to 1.
I don't.
Poorness.
5.
That's the exchange.
Over to Mr. Van.
Okay, that's it for movements.
That's all of one fight.
And one to one attack.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Attacker retreats. Speaking of 1500, Mike, you're up. $10, that would be a 3-1. It's a 4-1. It's combined arms.
Yep. 2.
Defender retreats. 13 to 1. 6 to 1.
Highly unsporting.
Defender retreats.
Okay, that's that. So I've got a 1 to 2 there.
Attacker retreats. So that takes it to 1600. But Mike, you're up.
All right. That's all my moves.
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
4 to 1 with the shift.
5.
Defender retreats.
13, 15.
15 to 1. So yeah.
6.
A 1.
That is defender eliminated. Vance, you're at the bat.
That would be that.
No fights?
No fights.
Crazy. Next turn. 1700 hours. Mike, you're up. Mad Mark and some of the other designers have really left us. I mean, let's face it, this setup is a lot cleaner and clearer even than it is on the tabletop. Although it is delightful to have a game that still has the scan crease on it. I know. Stop it. I know what you're pointing at. Are you 8? Are you 8?
Is this,
Hey,
is
it's
this
either that
from
or
here?
Zardoz's nipple.
All right. That's all my movements.
11.
Yeah, it's still 6 to 1. It's still 6 to 1.
Roll 6.
4 or 5.
Yeah, baby!
That's an exchange. Two to 1.
2 to 1.
5.
Attacker retreats. Vance, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, I get people again.
This is the guards brigade right here.
Okay, I got 1 attack.
So you do.
4.
Defender retreats.
$1,800.
All right. All right, we'll start here.
13 to 2, 6 to 1.
4.
Defender retreats. 21 to 4, that's 5 to 1.
5.
That's an exchange.
Retreats.
Vance, you're at the bat.
Where does he belong?
With his mom.
He belongs there. Okay, that's it. No fights. 1900.
1900? Mike.
Them there. All right, we'll just start with the combat here then.
Oh, okay. And a and a shift. 6 to 1, so it's 7 to 1. Go for it.
4.
Defender retreats.
Seven to-
Another 6 to 1.
5.
That's an exchange. Vance, you're up.
Okay. Yep, that's it.
You're just hanging out there? No fights.
Yep.
Huh? No fights.
No fights.
No fights. Last turn, people.
Alright, we'll just start back over here again. So 11, 13.
2 to 1.
Oh
no. 3 to 1.
It's because of the shift.
A
Oh,
1.
the 1. Nice.
Defender retreats.
Alright, take the woods fight. 12. 17.
17
5.
5. 3 to 1.
3.
Defender retreats. 2 to 1.
12. 2 to 1. Here we go.
Defender retreats. Vance, bring it home.
Yep, that's it.
No,
I'm not
I
doing
see.
nothing.
So we assess points. Vance gets 5 points for sitting on Quatre. He gets 7 more points for holding it the whole game. So it's a total of 12. Plus, he has eliminated 12, 20, 30. So it's a total of 30 victory points for Vance. Mike gets 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. So 30 to 12. A pretty convincing Allied win. First of all, talk about the map.
Yeah. I know this is a typical spy map. It's very easy to read.
As I've said, I was never intending that Project Quatre come down to any definitive conclusions because so much of this is objective.
Yep.
But if there's anything, obviously it's fast playing. It seems very clear. And it does, and it's system driven. The melee system is the combat system is largely rather bloodless. And it places an absolute premium on Zoc elimination, which was a fairly new thing back in 1976.
And I've never been a big fan of
this
Zoc
scenario is-
elimination, but at the same time, it's in here because this is meant to be a fast-paced game, right?
Sure.
So
The scenario is interesting because it's very different strategies for each side. Yeah, no, the British have to play very defensively, and the French have to play very, very aggressive.